allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Father in heaven, we are grateful for this day, Lord, and we're thankful for all the blessings that you pour out upon us. Lord, help us tonight as we sit here in these seats and do things and think things for our city. Lord, that we are guided by your principles. Lord, we're so thankful for everything we have in our life. In Jesus' name, amen. I'd like to call this evening's Jackson City Council meeting to order. We'll begin with roll call. Ms. Rippeth?
Foster.
Here.
Hinch. Here. Colby. Peters.
Here.
Newkirk.
Here.
Wiseman. Here. Bob.
Here.
Mayor, I don't believe we have any recognitions for this evening. We do have, I believe, one person who has signed up to speak this evening, Mr. Jeremy Eisnagel. Jeremy, if you'll step up here to the microphone. You have 5 minutes there to lay it out. So,
I'll give these out.
sure, absolutely.
So I made it kind of easy. I did these last night at midnight, so if a little bit don't make sense, bear with me. Can you guys share this?
Thank you.
Okay, so what I'm here tonight for is, it sounds goofy, but I got this tree on Bennett Avenue that I've been trying to fight to get down for a year and a half. It's a safety hazard and it just needs to come down. So I'm going to kind of go through what I wrote down here, and then we'll discuss it right there. So in January of 25, I made a request to David Swackhammer to have the tree at 126 Bennett Avenue removed because it has caused major damage to the sidewalk and is a major safety hazard. I was trying to claim my suburbs projects for some of my rental properties. He denied my request for the removal, and I was not spending money and time on removing or replacing that sidewalk at my expense, which that makes total sense. So in February of 25, I began the other sidewalk replacement right next door that I had planned on doing anyway. So I replaced the sidewalks at 122 Avenue while I was beside 126 Bennett. While I was replacing the sidewalks on this property, I was asked by my renter, Bill Taylor, that he asked if I would replace his sidewalk. So I expressed to him that I had been trying to get the city to do something about it, and I was denied. So he stated he was very concerned about tripping on the sidewalk. I expressed that I have tried to have the tree removed to replace the sidewalks. I also stated to him that I am not replacing the sidewalks until the tree and stump is removed. And that makes total sense. I know the response I've got from Swackhammer and a couple others at the time is just to cut out the roots, do your sidewalk. I think that's crazy. I mean, the tree's going to fall and it's already leaning and it's going to take out my sidewalk. So I don't want to do that. So in March, on March 8th, which I put a letter in the file, a letter requesting that the tree be removed due to safety concerns for the unsafe sidewalk was submitted by Bill Taylor. Again, the request was denied in writing by David, stating it was a healthy tree and all roots can just be cut out in order to proceed to replace the sidewalks. I again stated that I was not spending money and time to replace the sidewalk until the tree is removed. I made a total of 2 other verbal requests to David for the tree and stump removal. In the spring of this year, on the other side of my duplex, my renter fell. She expressed major concern for her safety in the future. I responded by saying, I have tried. So I think at that time, she made a call, maybe even to Randy. She said she tried, so I don't know if you talked to her or not. So then she did submit a formal letter to the tree commission, and it was also denied, and they were stating that they ruled the tree is healthy and is not to be removed. I just feel that this is so crazy that an unsafe sidewalk that needs replaced cannot be replaced because a tree is way too big, not healthy, and has not properly been trimmed in the last 6 years. I was the last one to trim the tree because it's hanging in every direction towards my house and over my front porch. I was the last one to do it. Trees in the city right-of-ways are not properly maintained, that's my opinion. You may feel differently, but I think that there could be some help there. I just don't understand a property owner willing to replace the sidewall at his expense cannot get help from the city to take down the tree. I am also willing to take down the tree at my expense. I just want it gone. Also, after many, and this is something as a thought, is after many requests about safety concerns about the sidewalk and the tree has been disclosed to the city that there is a problem and a concern, I would think this would create a liability for the city if something really happened. I know in insurance, Dan backed this up, you know, a tree falling is an act of God until you have knowledge that it's been bad. Isn't that correct?
Yes,
Then it becomes a liability.
yes.
So that's about all I got. I think there's two solutions to this. Either the city come take down the tree, remove the stump, I'll do the sidewalks. Or if you want to preserve the tree, you come cut them out and you replace the sidewalks. But something needs to be addressed.
Just the tree?
That's the tree, that's the sidewalk, it's how,
That's the tree?
yeah, that's the healthy tree.
Okay.
That's the healthy tree.
And we're only talking one tree.
One tree and a big stump that overlaps. I mean, it's going to take some work. It's over the curb and everything.
126 North Bend. I will come and look at it. I mean, because the whole I see, I don't know how high up the tree that is. but it's
And,
considerable.
well, what's happened is over the years, they kept popping it.
Right.
It's just,
Yeah.
got old. So I took a ladder, you see I have a ladder up there to get it, it's ladder high. You won't be able to see it from the ground.
I will come and look at this tree. I have not physically looked at it.
So what's our options if you want to preserve the tree? We got to do something about the sidewalks.
Well, I think we need to look at the tree for safety aspects first.
Okay. After that, I'm willing to do the sidewalks.
Then we can address that for sure. I mean, obviously, we don't like to cut down mature trees unless there are safety issues.
Yeah.
Not saying this is or isn't, but by these pictures, it may be.
So isn't there something that outweighs like a little bit of taking a tree down to get good sidewalks?
Probably so, and usually if we take one down, we try to replace it.
And I don't care to do
Yeah.
that. No, I don't care that. I'd really like to get it done so I've replaced at my expense many sidewalks on the block.
Right.
And not many people are doing that in town. Do you see many people replacing their own sidewalks? No. So
Thank you for that.
I would just like to do it.
Yeah.
And it's easy. Just if you get the tree out, the stump, and I'll take my part. I'm not asking for a favor. I'm not asking for money from the city. I just want that tree gone. I'll even take it down. If you just say yes.
We'll take it out.
Okay. All right. Thank you for consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Eisenhower. I believe that's all that we have signed up to speak this evening. So that'll move us into approval of the minutes that was in your packet. Is there any objections or corrections to the minutes as presented, council? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Mr. Newkirk? Ms. Wiseman, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. We'll go into committee reports. We'll begin with utility. Mr. Newkirk?
No report.
Thank you, Mr. Newkirk. Budget and finance, Ms. Colby?
No report.
Thank you, Ms. Colby. Police, fire, and traffic, Mr. Foster?
Yes, we had the committee meeting on the police, and Mr. Reed was not here, and police chief discussed a fund going forward for vehicles.
He talked to me a minute about taking from, money we're getting from medical marijuana for the dispensaries. I didn't know that was being discussed in the meeting tonight.
Okay.
But that's not, if the administration and Mr. Hinch want to do that, that's not an issue to do.
I think it's what, should be done. So if we could put a budget together for that.
It's up to the administration. I don't put budgets together for anything.
Okay. Mr. Aldrich, what do you think about that?
It's a great idea, and I think what he wants you to do, Brett, is basically create a line item to basically put that money there. So it's earmarked for that purpose. I think that's what he's referring to.
Very easy to do.
That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Foster. Service, Mr. Peters?
No report.
Thank you, Mr. Peters. Auditor's report, Mr. Reed?
I have no report.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Mr. Kirby?
I have no report, but I see we have an executive session. I can discuss some issues during that.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby. Chief Inch?
I just want to reiterate, we did have the Police Fire and Traffic Committee meeting, and I appreciate the willingness of the members to come listen to those two issues, the one on golf carts and the other on creating a fund to look into that. So, thank you.
Thank you, Chief Inch. Mayor's report, Mayor Evans?
I remind council, or actually announce to council, that the city does have some positions open, some labor positions. So if you know someone that you think might make the city a good laborer, we do have a couple of open positions. We're not getting the kind of resumes and applicants for them that we used to. It's a pretty tight market out there right now. Also, I'll just update you quickly about our paving. The paving project out to Beaver Pike is still on hold as the contractor works through an issue with the gas lines out there to make sure that gets done safely. And there are some gas lines in the way of that project. Our city paving is scheduled to start the week of the 24th, here in a couple weeks. We thought earlier this summer, we figured we'd be end up the paving, the downtown part, but seeing as how our project down there is nearing completion, we may try to get them to start with the downtown paving instead of end with the downtown paving. And then speaking of that downtown project, you'll notice that they started planting the trees. The trees were very carefully chosen by the tree commission and their experts, so that they are trees that don't cause problems down the road like the previous trees downtown did. They came up with several varieties that they thought were appropriate for downtown situations like that. And then the city actually took a tour. We actually took a poll, of the downtown businesses to let them vote on which kind of trees they would rather have. So there's 3 different trees going to be planted downtown. Some of them are red maple, which is this very specific red maple. A few of them are ginkgos that were selected, and then several of them are the honey locust, which is they're all been determined to be very appropriate trees for that setting. I don't know, I think we might be, that's all I have for now. I'm going to let Ron finish up some of it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes.
Questions for the mayor?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Have you thought about, on the paving, about some of the streets that's been paved in the last 5 years that has some areas of need? Have you, I'm not going to specify any, but have you looked at that?
Yeah, each year we have, in addition to our regular paving, we have some repair paving.
Okay.
We have a lot of problem spots
Right.
that reappeared. We try to take care of them each year too.
Okay.
Other questions for the mayor?
I just had a quick question about the new lights. Whether there's like a white setting on the new lights rather than the yellow setting that match the rest of the lights.
I've asked that question. I don't have the answer yet.
They're very bright, but they just...
Most LED lights are adjustable with the brightness of the light, and I'm not sure if these are yet or not. I don't have your answer yet. I've asked the question, I haven't got the answer.
So, just didn't want you to forget. Just didn't want you to forget.
Are we also putting something on, like, the caps of the lights to make them not as bright, or are they finished?
They're finished.
Okay.
They are very bright, as are all the other city lights that we've replaced. They are brighter than the old lights.
Other questions for the mayor? Mr. Aldridge?
Couple things. Part of the paving, which is not directly the streets, but is the Fortune Street, the parking lot. The wall is done. We've done all that in-house. We've installed new lights up there, which didn't used to have lights. We've graded it, so hopefully all the water will shed towards the alley, not towards the homes. So hopefully that'll fix some of the water issues that those, not only the house, the apartments, but the buildings here on Pearl Street had problems with. Hopefully that'll address that. The Main Street sewer lining will be back in full swing. The 8/24 is their projected date. They'll be doing some manhole replacements on, which is on the east side of Main Street, Auto Zone area. A little update on the pool. It's closing on 8/23, which is a dog swim. This is the last full week for the pool. Next week is a modified week. I think Kaylee's trying to fit in some pool parties and some lap swims to accommodate a little bit next week, but they are shorthanded because the kids are going back to school. And lastly, I think the door event went pretty well. For the first one, it was well received. Not sure Brad had any issues with it, and it seemed like there was a lot of people, so I think it's a good step for Gadsden. That's all I have.
Questions for the Service Director? I agree with you, Ron. I thought it was good. The feedback that I've gotten
Yes,
was really
I've
good.
got really good feedback from it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll step into ordinances and resolutions portion. Our first our ordinance is ordinance 43, 2026. Ms. Rippeth?
An ordinance amending Section 4 of Ordinance Number 54-2025 regarding the hours of operation of the designated outdoor refreshment area, DORA, in the city of Jackson, Ohio.
Could I have a motion to adopt ordinance 43, 2026 as presented? Ms. Hinch? Oh, is this
Second reading.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I had it as first. Okay, thank you for that. Discussion.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make any additional changes. No one gave any feedback, so the way that the amendment is written is that it's Thursday through Sunday. The dates are excluded by the events listed, which were the original ones listed, and the 6 special events. The feedback from the first event was great, but we weren't able to have DORA for the sidewalk market, so it was kind of one of the groups that wanted to push for that. So with the changes that are there, we're just gonna leave it. That just sets it Thursday through Sunday, year round, excluding those dates. I will remind everyone in the public, this is the second reading, because the third reading, it's going to take 30 days to take effect. So these changes won't take effect till the end of September, so 28th, 30th of September. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Peters. Ms. Hinch?
The only thing that I don't love about this is that we're going to limit it to 6 special events. I think that if we're going to do events, I think that basically everyone just put their application in, and the city, yes or no. I mean, you just get a yes or a no answer. I don't love just restricting it that much, but if that's the way it is.
I thought that's what we changed.
We didn't change that. We only changed that to go year-round. So
Yeah.
right now, the way it's set up is there's already been one event, so there's only 5 left for the year. What we're making the changes is that it's every weekend, with the exception of the special dates that are on there, and 6 special events. But some of the feedback that I got about special events was it's like a big undertaking to do the special event. So, I mean, I don't know if we'll have the need to have more than 6. But I'm sure that council could probably revisit that if it becomes an issue, because that's something that could get passed later with a revision of just making that 10 or unlimited. But I think what we need to do is just get it so it's set in place for the weekends, for the sidewalk market, for, what I feel like the public and the permit holders and downtown businesses were, I guess, kind of misunderstood that with only 6 events. Same with us, because I think that wasn't worded properly, and that really wasn't the intention. So this fixes that. Let's move forward. Second reading, third reading, next time we'll pass it, and then 30 days it'll be in effect.
Other discussion? Ms. Hinch?
If it's a second reading, can I move to suspend the rules?
I believe so. Motion to suspend, is there a second? Ms. Wiseman, second. Discussion? Ms. Rippeth?
Foster.
No.
Hinch.
Yes.
Colby.
Yes.
Peters.
Yes.
Newkirk. Wiseman.
Yes.
Oh, Bob, sorry. I was counting my noes. That's not enough. Okay, so it'll go to third
It
reading.
will, yes, it'll go to third reading. Next council meeting, which just to, while we're here, just to say that will be August 24th. Resolutions. Resolution 2126, first reading. Ms. Rippeth?
A resolution authorizing the mayor or his designee to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or local transportation improvement programs and to execute contracts as required and declaring an emergency.
Could I have a motion to adopt Resolution 21-2026 as presented to council? Mr. Bob, is there a second? Ms. Hinch, seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Discussion. Mayor Evans.
This is to apply for, well, kind of like a grant, but for a OPWC, Public Works Commission, to apply for some of their program money.
Looks like the deadline is October 2nd. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Other discussion? Any further action to be taken on Resolution 21-2026?
Mr. President,
Mr. Peters?
I'll move to suspend the rules. It's a grant, needs to be applied for before the 2nd, which doesn't allow us to have any time to get that together. So I'll move to suspend to meet that guideline or deadline, excuse me.
Motion to suspend, second by Mrs. Hinch. Discussion? Ms. Rippeth?
Foster.
Yes.
Hinch.
Yes.
Colby.
Yes.
Peters.
Yes.
Newkirk.
Yes.
Wiseman.
Yes.
Bob.
Resolution 21-2026 is duly adopted.
We need to motion, or we need to.
Oh, I'm sorry, we have one more, don't we? I'm-
Yes.
I'm ahead and behind. Discussion? Ms. Rippeth?
Foster.
Yes.
Hinch.
Yes.
Colby.
Yes.
Peters.
Yes.
Newkirk.
Yes.
Wiseman. Bob.
Now we'll say that Resolution 21-2026 is duly adopted. This completes our resolution and ordinance section. We'll move on to correspondence. I don't believe we have anything in correspondence. Old business, any old business to be brought before council? Hearing none, is there any new business to be brought before council?
Yeah, there were planning commission for this meeting. There was a recommendation from the planning commission, although the mayor is the chair, I'm just a member.
Go ahead, you're done.
Two requests for utilities outside the city. We'll grant or deny the request at this meeting with an aye or nay vote. But once we're finished with that, there's something else I would like to add. So,
Okay.
first one was for service at 306 McKittrick Avenue. It's a reconnect for service at a parcel that previously had city services. We just need to approve or deny that with a voice vote.
Is there a motion to adopt?
I'll move to accept the services at 306 McKittrick.
Second by Mr. Newkirk. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
Okay, the second request was for 9342 Chillicothe Pike. Same scenario, it's already existing customers, so I'll move to accept the request.
Motion by Mr. Peters, is there a second? Mr. Newkirk seconds. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried.
So with that, the Planning Commission has decided that there's not a lot of guidance for these types of things. We obviously adopted zoning regulations in 2025. They're pretty thorough, and we've got that all laid out. So we hold our taxpayers, our citizens inside the city to that guideline, to that book. What could happen presently is someone could apply for city services and then, come to us and say, here's what I'm going to do, and then we grant the request, then they turn around and do something completely different. We have no authority to revoke that after the fact. So the consensus of the committee was that City Council needs to adopt some basic guidelines for the Planning Commission when it's requiring a hearing for services outside the city for utilities. So Mr. Aldridge, if you don't mind to repeat what you said in the first meeting, this is kind of what the group decided is the direction we should go.
Since we really have no control outside the city, we can't dictate what they can or can't do. If we formulate our own rules in our utility manual that basically outlines what we will provide service for, I think that covers everything and it doesn't overstep our bounds, so to speak, as trying to regulate our zoning outside the city. So I think that's fairly easy to do internally, and it covers us for pretty much everything, I believe.
So as a service committee, I would recommend those changes come back for our next meeting for discussion with the council. It also, eliminates those gray areas where favoritism could be implied. It also allows some guidelines or guide rails from administration to save some things that don't need to come to committee to begin with. So it can streamline the process, not just for the administration, but for the people who are making the request. So if you could just bring that back to next meeting in the form actually of an amendment, so we could get started with voting on that.
Yep.
All right.
That's all I had.
Other discussion?
Public hearing minutes.
So the public hearing on that will be September the 14th.
That's actually a different case, though. Do we want to
Yeah,
talk
the
about
public
that?
hearing would be for a request for rezoning for some parcels on Owen Street, which is over off of Athens Street, behind Osco and across from the old DT&I garage. It's across the street from Chapman's Nursery. There's a tire shop there. Harold's telling me it used to be a bakery back in the olden days, but none of us remember that but him. But that's the property. They're requesting it to be rezoned to build, I guess, like duplex, triplex. That's what the public hearing would be in regards to.
And when was that? I'm sorry.
September 14th
14th at 6 p.m.
at 6 o'clock.
Executive session.
Any other new business to be brought before council?
Briefly, Mr. Folks, starting to think about data center committee of some sort. We're 11 months in, more for now, and I think we need to start maybe putting a group together to at least start looking at utility futures and all kinds of things like that.
I would like to nominate Mrs. Wiseman to chair that committee.
Okay, I will take that recommendation. We'll recognize that committee starting next meeting.
Set myself up there tonight. Thank you.
I believe we want to go into special session. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Hanch?
I just want to let you know that I have been here since January and I have not been put on any kind of committee.
Well, I will tell you that under the form that we have now, all council members are on all committees.
Okay?
Okay, so when I first started, we had separate committees with a chairman and 2 or 3 here and 2 or 3 there, and oftentimes we were limited where we could sit, at times during committee meetings and not to break law. So we kind of come up with the concept of committee for all. So technically, on all of these four and the data center, you are on that committee.
Got it.
So everybody is, and the dissemination of information that occurs in these committee meetings is much better because everyone's here. So it's not like we had this committee meeting and, some folks wouldn't be there because they're not a part of that committee. Well, then we spent 10 minutes talking about what we already met about. So this committee for all is basically, I think, worked fairly well for us, when everyone's involved in it that way. So we're not leaving you out.
Thank you.
I
Thank you for your
promise.
clarification.
I promise.
It helped for a quorum, because that means only 4 people have to show up.
True.
Noted.
Any other discussion? I think we're going to adjourn into executive session.
Yeah, I would like to move to executive session to conference with our attorney regarding pending or imminent court action. I'll ask that everyone at the table remain. I ask that the chief and Michael remain as well, and then everyone from the gallery be excused.
Is there a second? Second. Ms. Hinch?
Roll call.
Ms. Rippeth?
Foster.
Yes.
Hinch.
Yes.
Colby.
Sunday.
Peters.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't see you, Mayor. Question.
We wanted to have an executive session for 2 reasons, and we only got one of them.
I only knew of one.
We only knew of one.
Just go ahead and then call it again.
Joe, do it.
We'll come back out and call it again. Okay?
Is there any motion? Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
We already took,
I've already started the roll
votes.
call.
Yeah, we were. So we have to finish the roll call
Handle
here.
however you want. I just wanted to remind Joe that we wanted to do 2.
Did you
Okay.
mention,
yeah, these 2 stay.
yes,
Mr. Reed stay.
Okay. Ryan.
Yes.
To you. Newkirk. Wiseman.
Yes.
Bob. Okay, so time out.
We adjourn into executive session at 7:32. session as of 8:08. The chair would entertain a motion to adjourn. Second by Mr. Newkirk. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.